Hello, welcome to Hope for Flint. I'm your host, Kristen Wolosinovich, and as you can see, I have a very exciting guest in the house. Flintstone, Flint native, right? Yeah. Andre L. Ogburn, Bishop of the Lord's House. I love saying that. How are you, sir? Welcome home. You're home visiting Flint. You're back home for a little bit. And how honored are we to have you at the Hope for Flint Ferris Wheel Studio?
Well, thank you for having me. It's great to be back home. Had the opportunity to visit some of the areas that I'm familiar with. Mm-hmm. And some I'm disappointed, some I'm hopeful, some of them I just surprised, so it was good to come back home and see a couple of things. And, of course, it also developed some ideas.
How long has it been since you've been home?
Well, I come home often. Most of the time it's for different events. I was here not long ago for a pastoral installment.
Okay.
And so that was real cool. I had the chance to see one of my high school friends be installed as a pastor. And
I love it.
So I'll come back for that. Sometimes I'll come back to, especially with everything that's going on, I've been coming back a little bit more often.
To mentor and have presence here in the city.
Yes.
You live in Cleveland.
Yes, I actually live right there on you have Cleveland, and you have Cleveland Heights.
Okay.
And I'm like in the Cleveland Heights area.
Oh, kind of like Flint Township. You're in Cleveland Heights.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah, fancy smancy.
And as they say in Cleveland, go Browns. For years, a lot of people didn't want to say that, but I hear they're going to have a good spurt on the street. Cleveland Browns are going to have a pretty decent season this year. So congratulations.
Yeah, I actually had the opportunity to attend the last game because they went through the whole season, had lost every game. And I said, well, I'll go to the last game. And
it's usually packed. The stadium's usually packed. Yeah. It's crazy.
And that was the day they actually won. They won the game that day.
Wow.
So I said, maybe I can get on the contract as their good luck charm or something.
You are a good luck charm. That's exciting. Well, we're excited to have you here while you're in town, and really exciting things that you're doing and that you're creating and that you're launching. And you're also working with a lot of, high-end Flint names such as Lyric DeQueen. So I have 6 cans in front of me. The label's called Blue Lightning, to which you are the CE, founder, and creator. Tell me a little bit about the drink that's in front of me.
Well, when I started out, I usually share this story, is that I initially wasn't trying to create an energy drink. I was actually just making pop for my family.
So you're just making pop, like Coca-Cola or Pepsi?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Isn't that funny? Have you always...
Yeah.
It makes me giggle. Have you always wanted to make soda?
No. Actually, it was just something that, because my mother used to always call me a gluttermutt or something like that. I don't know. I think that means I just drink like a fish, I guess. And so beverage was always something that was more interested in. And I even went as far as taking milk and mixing it with, fruit punch or something like that. And
so you're kind of like a scientist.
Yeah, you can say something like that. I like.
Yeah. Mad scientist, Zach says, yes.
I have my little lab coat on there, and I had the chance to, when I mix it, and then of course later on, the chocolate mix.
Yes.
They later on came out with
the strawberry.
With the strawberry version,
yes.
And my brother said that tastes the same,
You had it first.
Yeah, see, I could have patented then and been big time.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah,
that's all right. It's all right. You're doing it now. So you've always been kind of a creator, kind of a mad scientist, and you came up with this, and it is an energy drink, but it's categorized as such just because it's got caffeine, it's got B12 in it, but it's a little different than your average energy drink.
Yes, when I transitioned from making pop to actually creating an energy drink, I actually created the energy drink because I needed one at the time. I was developing a software for web development and search engine optimization.
Okay.
And so during that process, as a programmer, a lot of times what we do is we spent a lot of times in dark rooms with a computer. That's what we
That can be
focused on.
depressing.
Yeah, so I said I needed me a little boost so I can get this project out.
Right.
And I said, I'm going to grab me an energy drink. And then I remembered back when I was in the Marine Corps,
Yes.
my experience with Red Bull. No shade against Red Bull, but I don't know if that's a good thing, but I just had 2 different types of drinks, and they gave me the shakes.
Oh, wow. It was too much for
Yes,
you. Okay.
And the crash was terrible.
Okay.
And so based off of that experience, I said, I want to create something that didn't give me that crash. And so I just kind of did some tampering with certain ingredients, and just kind of, basically I just pumped more B12. But how I did that and what the label reflects is different. But that would be the biggest question is why or how I can drink 2 to 3 of Blue Lightning and not get the crash or get the jitters. And
Sure.
So the secret is just the B12.
The B12, the extra B12. And then you created the logo because by day, I mean, you wear many hats. You are a bishop, and then you are also, like you said, you're a software programmer, and then you work in SEO, which is search engine optimization.
Yes.
And now look, you're a mad scientist, and now you're the CEO, founder, and creator of Blue Lightning. And you've also created the logo because you're big into graphics, and why blue? Why the color blue?
Okay, well, blue, number one, blue is like one of my favorite colors.
Okay.
And the reason why blue is actually my favorite color is because blue actually expresses the different emotions a human actually experience. So I always look at blue as the human side or humankind.
Yes. It's like the water sign, right? Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying because I'm so glad you're here, Zach. I'm so glad he's here because as you know me so well, I need an energy drink and I need the bishop and I need the Lord and the blue is with all the emotional side. So you're kind of like my spirit animal right now. Andre, we're so excited to have you. So the reason why though we are really excited to have you is because you've launched the drink. So you've created the drink, you've branded the drink, you've obviously, produced it, and now you're marketing it. And Flint was one of your kind of test markets, and this thing sells out everywhere. You can't keep it anywhere.
No, I actually when I first came out, it wasn't even in a can. I was just testing it with local people there in Cleveland.
Okay.
And they were
Cleveland Heights.
Yes, Cleveland Heights. And there was some parts in East Cleveland too. EC, I want to just
we're equal opportunity. We'll go East Cleveland. We don't care.
East Cleveland is like the north side of Flint. It's it's kind of rough. But there's a lot of good people there. It's just a lot of times you can't just judge a book by its cover.
Absolutely.
So I went there and I got 100 folks actually was willing to drink it for a year, and then they went into a year and a half. After that,
that's exciting.
The biggest question I had was
that's exciting.
Any crash, jitters, anything,
Out of 100. So you probably had some data. So you had some data to work with to sort of measure the marketability of it.
Right.
And it looks good.
And that what brought this can, I believe, yes.
What is that one?
This one here is the first design. I hope I don't mess up the placement. But this is the first design I did because I wanted to put it into a can that allows me to hand it to folks. Because you give somebody a cup, here, try this. They think it's a Mickey in it or something. So I said, well, I'm going to put it into a
Mickey
can.
for our viewers and listeners, a.k.a. Roofie, GHB. I'll just kind of translate that, Mickey.
Oh, yeah.
For some old schoolers. Yeah. I know what a Mickey is. So what you're saying is there's cause for concern if some miscellaneous stranger, though he is a bishop of the Lord's house, gives you a miscellaneous can. You don't want to just take a can from strangers, right? So that hence this can on the end, and that's kind of what you would pass out as a sample can. Am I right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, if you notice, it doesn't even have a barcode on it.
Okay.
So it was a test can.
Got it.
And with that test can, I spoke with a big shout out to my brother, Mike Darrell. He's a big sports promoter. He owns a sports team there in Iowa. I believe it's Iowa.
Okay.
And so he said, "Hey, man, won't you
He
bring
partnered
some?"
with you.
Yeah, well, he didn't necessarily partner with me, but what he did was that he encouraged me to come down to a MMA fight that was down at the
Pirani's.
Pirani's. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
AKA IMA.
IMA.
Yes, you speak my love language, Bishop Andre. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. So he said, "Bring some cans down." I said, "How many should I bring?" He said, bring a couple of cases or something like that. So I actually took 200, 224 or something like that.
Okay.
So I brought more. I left out of there with maybe about 11 cans.
Okay.
Or something like that. And that gave me the go ahead and say, hey, I think you got something here.
I think you do too, and I'll tell you why too. Because I know you've been in town lately, and we love it. We're like obsessed with it at Hope for Flint, and we're so excited because we see massive future partnership with this. Just because there is, first of all, you are a Flintstone, true and true, and you're a good man, and this has some really healthy qualities to it. And you're coming to Flint and you're bringing it, and it cannot, you had it, Lyric was on the show and it was in 2 locations and they can't keep it on the shelves. So that just itself speaks volumes to, and it's testimony to this is the real deal. Flavor-wise, energy-wise, health-wise, you're really covering the gamut as far as consumption and it being marketable. Well, we took it to someone who's very, he's pretty cynical, and he's a local business owner, but he's a very successful local business owner. And you were with us, and he loved it.
Yes, I was.
You weren't surprised by that?
No, I actually, when I did another test later on, actually with this can.
Okay.
Yes, with this can
so,
here.
Can I ask something? With each different can, is it a different formula?
No, it's all of them. The only one that actually has a different formula would be this one. This one here is sugar-free.
Okay.
What I did was when I transitioned from this can to this can, I thought it was important that I have a logo on it, so it would make it easier as far as branding, marketable type of efforts I was going to make in the future. So I said I needed something that has a logo, so I created this one.
Okay.
And I began to put them in the stores. And one day I walked in the store and I looked up at the shelf and I noticed I couldn't really see the logo that well. By that time, I was working on the sugar-free version.
Yes.
And the sugar-free version, of course, you could see the logo sticks out because of the background was light.
Yes.
And I said, so I need to change the design of the can.
We're getting kind of the evolution of Blue Lightning right now. I feel like we're going through history.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I actually posted something about the history of Blue Lightning.
Okay.
And then from this can, it gave me the idea to create this one.
Okay. Got it.
And it stood out more. As a matter of fact, it went off the shelf even faster.
Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah.
It just really taps into the psychology of marketing. That's exactly what it does. So I'm going to tell you, I'm looking at them on the screen. This one's my favorite, right? Mm-hmm. And that has our girl, Lyric DeQueen. And Lyric came on. So we were excited to talk about that. So she currently is your brand ambassador.
Yes, she's one of the well-known artists here in the city of Flint. She was on X Factor, doing real well. I dabbled in music a little bit myself, and when I heard her rap, I said, "Man, she's kind of fast."
You said.
I said, "Rapid fire,"
I see it. Yeah.
And the content was easy to understand, because a lot of times when you have people that rap fast, you get lost in the
like Eminem. I'm a rapper.
Yeah,
Well, and now I'm laughing too because I didn't know that musician was part of one of the hats you wore. So now I'm like massively uber impressed.
Yeah, well, our mother raised us, of course, in church.
Yes.
And then, of course, my mother was into music. She liked playing the organ. So she forced her love for the organ on us. And only one of us actually, really took a hold of it, which is my brother.
I was going to say, is it you?
Yes,
No.
No, I still know and recognize my notes and keys and things like that. Who knew that I probably would have been useful later on in life, especially in ministry. But
Absolutely.
my brother, he actually was. I don't know how much I can disclose, but he almost became part of a group here that everybody knows here in Flint. But because of his age, he wasn't able to get on the contract.
That's called ageism. That's okay. We'll cover that in another show, Bishop. But that's exciting, though. That's
Yes.
great. Okay, so, all right. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just get so excited. Zach will tell you. It's probably the blue lightning I've been drinking. Okay, so we've gone from sugar-free, but what we've noticed was because of the lighter background, it had more of a mass appeal to those who were shopping. So it's evolved into this one, correct?
Correct.
And
Yep.
that's lighter, but it's still got kind of that heavy dark blue look to it. Then with lyric, because of the love of music, and she's pretty well known. She's not pretty, she's extremely well known in the Flint market, and she has a big national presence. So it's great to see her be a brand ambassador. Not only that, she's an amazing woman. She's an amazing person. She's been on the show, and she's a dear, sweet friend of Hope for Flint, and she's light, love, and energy. So kudos to you on picking a good soul. And then now we're looking at this last one. Tell me a little bit about this last one.
That one is what I call, a lot of times in life, what we do is that we as we evolve, we change different things, we go different directions.
Sure.
Sometimes we even change friends, change
Yes.
location, change careers.
Yes.
And then you always have that what if moment.
Okay. This is my battle then.
So that is the what if moment.
What if?
Design is like, what if I change the lighter background on the other side, which is on the right side of the can, I believe.
Wow. Yes, I
Yeah.
see it. Yes, it is.
And then I said, well, what if I changed that color? What would it look like? And so that's what I did. And I am still leaning more towards this one. So
Okay.
in the market, you'll probably see this one more.
Okay, here we go. You see it first. Viewers, you get to pick which one you're leaning towards. And you know what? I'm kind of leaning towards what you're leaning towards right here, more of a centered look with a light background, which will stand out, like you said, probably more among the other energy drinks within the market. But what I like too, I'm giving you some unsolicited.
Okay.
Don't worry, this is what I do. I love the blue lightning. I mean, you think Red Bull, right? So, I mean, while the blue has much more meaning to you in creation of this, you know, it's cool to kind of have that Red Bull blue lightning. You know, it has sort of that competitive opposite appeal to it.
Almost like Republican and Democrat, red and blue states.
Yay.
But,
We won't get into that. That's a different show, Bishop.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You'll be on for many other shows,
Oh,
sir.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And notice the nice shirt here, too.
Oh, yeah, I see you. You are representing Blue Lightning and your hat.
The Flint City flag.
You know what? Next time you come on, I'm going to be blue. I'll be geared up in all Blue Lightning.
Yes,
Okay?
yes,
I'm going to
most
create my
definitely.
own blue hot jumpsuit. All right. We'll get that done. We'll get that done. And it's got to look like this logo right there. So, you know, really exciting things on the horizon for you. The fact of the matter that you can't even keep this on the shelves is true testimony itself to that you've really got something special here. And, you know, you've got a beautiful demeanor yourself, and being a bishop and being a mentor, and love having you back in the city because, like you said, in the very beginning, I said, hey, what's it like to be back at home, you know? And you kind of went through a plethora of adjectives, if you will. But are you seeing massive progress within the city?
Yes, actually, I try to stay off the political track a little bit, but I also stay on the truth track.
I love the truth.
One of the things that I noticed that, you know, the couple of times before the crisis, and then during the crisis, and then of course the aftermath,
Sure.
and the restoration process that Flint is going through right now.
Restoration, resurgence, healing, and hope.
Yes,
You're seeing it.
I'm starting to see all of that, and then that I was on a Facebook Live, and someone was saying, well, you know, they was talking about the two different candidates, and I said, well, this is my view. I don't know anyone else's view, but if you're seeing progress, if you're seeing that there's true, no pun, but there's true hope for Flint. And you can see that progress.
You can't deny it.
You can't deny the progress, because before you get to the progress, you have to go through the process. And what I see is that with the leader of the city right now is that she has went through the process, and now she's starting to see the progress. And then now they want to shake it up, and someone else wants to step on board, come on board, and try to take some of the the shine, if I can use that word. They want to take some of the credit and say, well, it's my administration that helped, Flint get back on his feet. But the progress has already been made, And my belief is, and my opinion is that continue the progress, put her back in the office come November. Was it November 6th?
I believe it is, yes.
So I don't know.
One thing that we say here, and obviously that is your opinion, and we respect that. One thing here with Hope for Flint that we really recommend is register to vote. Get out and vote. We need those voters out there. I mean, even for the primary, out of 90,000+, some of those children, of course, we only had 6,000 decide the primary candidates. So our recommendation here is get out and vote. But we hear you. I see that. I mean, there's no disagreement in the fact that the city was put through the ringer and had to have a brand ambassador out there at a national and really a global platform to speak for the residents, because it could have been a situation where the community got lost in the shuffle, and they could have really pushed this by the wayside, covered it up. But she was a brand ambassador out there screaming from the mountaintops, her and Dr. Mona. And because of it, now the conversation, now you're seeing all of these cities now dealing with the same situation, and it's opened up the dialogue and the conversation, and it's fixing the problem. So we respect everything that you just said. So thank you for sharing that with us. So on that note, Blue Lightning, where is it available in the Flint market?
Right now, we actually tested in Premier Welch. I think it's called Mart, which is located on Welch Boulevard.
Welch Boulevard, okay. And then I know it's downtown Sunoco.
It's downtown at the Sunoco station on South Saginaw, right next to the pawn shop.
Okay, right there at the expressway.
At the expressway, you actually get ready to get onto 69.
Okay, so those are currently the two locations that you can get this. Can you go online and order it?
Yes, you can actually visit the website. It's actually www. I don't know why people keep saying www.
I know, we don't need to say that. It's like AOL dial-up, Bishop.
Yeah.
You dial up AOL.
So it's actually www, since I already got it started.
I know, finish it, sorry.
BlueLightningEnergy.com. You can actually visit the website, BlueLightningEnergy.com.
BlueLightningEnergy.com. And because you are an SEO expert, I'm pretty sure that bad boy is going to be on page 1 of your Google search. I'm just guessing.
No, it's funny thing is that I do more search engine optimization for other people. I think I'm the type of person because I'm secret. I'm
Bishop,
so secretive. I'm so secretive. I'm so
Andre,
low-key.
Andre L. Ogburn. Well, we're here. We're not low-key, if you haven't noticed. So this is kind of an exciting time, and we love and adore you, and we're uber proud of our Flintstones that are out there making moves and making magic. And, we're really excited here at Hope for Flint to partner with Blue Lightning with the Flint Legends campaign. We can't wait for that exciting announcement. So you guys hear it first, exclusive. Hope for Flint partnering with Blue Lightning with Bishop Andre. And there's much more. Like we say, there's 6 cans here, but there's much more to where this has come from. So we cannot wait for that.
Oh, yes. Actually, I got to the blue part, but I didn't get to the lightning part.
Oh, yeah, real quickly. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I just said that of course, the blue deals with the human side, and the lightning deals with when you see lightning, the first thing you do is that you look up.
I want to run.
Yeah. Or you put your umbrella away.
What is it, like 1 in 1 million gets hit? Yeah, I'm that girl. I'm going to be getting hit. I sprint. But, okay, so yeah, you look up because it's gorgeous.
Yes. So you, when you look at the lightning, you see it, you don't fully acknowledge it. It just gets your attention.
Okay.
And then, but one of the important things, especially when I was in the Navy, we wait to hear the thunder. Because that would tell us how far the storm is away.
Okay.
So the storm just represents the confirmation of what you heard. Lightning is more the confirmation of what you see.
Okay.
So if we're going to really begin to change the human conditions and helping them improve and develop communities and make life better for everyone, someone has to witness or has to be a witness. But along with that witness or that message, there has to be a confirmation of what was said. And so what I'm doing is that I'm just trying to bring a message that will change communities, that will change the heart and minds of men and women. But then the confirmation is going to come from the actual manifestation of that which is being testified to.
That makes me have goosebumps right now.
Oh, well, amen.
I just thought it was lightning.
No,
I didn't know the massive backstory, which now that the way you explained it, it's really kind of cool. So thank you. Bishop Andre L. Ogburn, CEO, founder, creator, Blue Lightning. Will you come back on the show?
Yes, I sure will.
We love having you here the way from Cleveland, Cleveland Heights, #.
Thank you.
You, sir, definitely are hope for Flint.